One of my favorite high protein snacks that I do not miss, I eat it every single night and have for about the past 5 years, is my chocolate casein protein pudding. I have more people ask me about the recipe for that than anything else that I make. So considering how many times I've sent this out, I figured that it would make the most sense to put together a quick little video to show how easy this is, how quick you can make it, and what the ingredients are for my pudding. So when I'm making this, you can use any casein protein powder. I just use this, no particular reason, it's just really good. It is Chocolate Supreme, just Optimum Nutrition casein protein powder. Tastes really good, so that's my protein powder. You can use, I add peanut butter for fats. So for the casein, you can use, if you're tracking macros and have a certain amount of protein you're trying to hit, just measure it out to whatever. I'm trying to hit about 40 grams of protein. So I use about 50 grams of the protein powder. I also have fats that I want to add. So I use peanut butter, you can use almond butter. If you have carbs, you could add in some oats. For the purpose of this, I'm not going to. And then cold water. Ice cold water and an immersion blender are probably the two key pieces that make this delicious and the right consistency that I want. So I'm gonna make this real quick so you can kind of see. I use the cup that comes with the immersion blender, but really, I'll travel, sometimes just carry a plastic cup, so I have that. So my casein, I will measure out, because I'm tracking macros, I do measure everything out so that I get the right amount. I use 50 grams of casein protein. So I'm gonna measure that out, about 50 grams. For my peanut butter, I want about 10 grams of fats. So I'm going to measure out, it's about 18 grams of peanut butter. But again, adjust it as needed to match whatever you want your macros to be. Use almond butter, sunflower butter, pretty much whatever you like. I just like peanut butter. Perfect, 17 grams. Put that back there. Then the water. The water is the key to this. So you want to use ice cold water, as cold as you can. If it's warm or room temperature, it's not going to taste as good. What you can do is put it in the fridge for an hour, perfect consistency. I usually make it right before I go to bed, so I just use cold water, and I often just eat it right out of here. So I have measured just a little bit for the amount of casein and the amount of peanut butter that I'm using. I have measured just a little bit over a cup. Sometimes I have to adjust it. I don't want it to be too runny. I don't want it to be too thick. Sometimes I'll add, it's better to use a little less water at first, and if it's too thick, just add a little bit more, because if you make it too runny, you'll end up having to add a little more protein powder in. So I'm going to add my water, a little over a cup, and I will use my immersion blender, and I will make this nice little smooth pudding consistency. Kind of get around the edges. A little thin. Put it in a little bowl. Sometimes if I have time, I'll do that. And even when I travel, I will carry my blender, some pudding, some of my protein, some of my peanut butter with me. And I can make it right in the hotel room. Perfect, even this, perfect pudding consistency. Delicious, I love it. So, my favorite. So anyway, hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, let me know. But this is my pretty much my go-to protein every single night.